Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. So here we have our directions for question and it's a jumble sentence based question, so which have no option. We need to type the answer and that doesn't carry any negative marking in the exams like CAT and JAT. So in that case, if you look into this, so what the directions for question is, so there are four sentences which are labeled with one, two, three, and four below. When properly sequenced what? Those of the one, two, three, four sentences, all these four sentences, when you properly sequenced, would produce a coherent paragraph. Coherent means called as a logical and appropriate paragraph. Decide on the proper sequencing. So after forming them into proper sequence of the order or sequencing of the order of the sentences and key in the sequence of the four numbers as your answer. So we need to write those sequence order, right? Those four letters only we need to write. Let's see that what the sentences are pointing here. The first one, obviously, checking is not an option if the other player made a bet. Now, on the first sentence itself, we can find out it tells about nothing but any game where checking is not an option. So the reason is called as if the other player made a bet, right? So if the other player made a bet, so checking is not an option, right? Now look into the second option. You might do this. Do this what? Now do this if you don't want to present yourself as being either put off or keener as a result of how things have gone so far, keeping your cards close to your chest, so to speak. Now you can see that here it tells about cards, here it is stating about bet, here it is stating about checking. So all such kind of a things are clearly taking towards the kind of a game called as a poker, right? So then the third sentence says, once the blinds are made, there is the option of checking from there on. So checking from there on. Now, this seems like what? A kind of a connection with any other sentence. What is that? Now, if you say once the blinds are made, right? So there is the option of checking from there on, right? So uh, like why you want to check from there on. Now if you don't want to present yourself, which is given here, if you don't want to present yourself as being either put off or keener as a result how things have gone so far, so keeping your cards to your close to your chest, so to speak. So 3 is stated about that option of checking from there on, and 2 is stated nothing but means what will happen, right? So if you do this, right? So in that case, you're keeping your class cards close to your chest, so to speak. Now, one is said of obviously checking is not an option, so which is nothing but paraphrasing it. So if the other player made a bet, so in that case you can say 3 is stating about the situation, 2 is stating about uh, means what can be done or what cannot be, and once is indicating that means checking is not an option if the other players made a bet. Unfortunately, you can't bring that bet down. So means if the other player made a bet, then you can't means surrender yourself, or you cannot check out from there, right? So in that case, you can find out 3, 2, 1, 4 would be the appropriate sequence to the text, isn't it? Because of the idea which I have pointed, sentence 3 introduces the concept of checking in a poker, right? So it indicates nothing but the means concept of checking in a poker game after the blinds have been made, setting the context for the paragraph. Sentence two, right? Sentence two after that, so which is clearly elaborates on why someone might choose to check, emphasizing the strategic aspect of keeping intentions hidden and maintaining a neutral position. So, and then after, if I go for the one, so which clarifies that checking is not always an available choice especially if the other player has already placed a bet. It provides essential contrast to the idea presented in a sentence 2. So now in that case, 3, 2, 1 would be the correct sequence. And look at the fourth. So fourth, explain the consequences of the situation mentioned in situation 1. Adding that you can't reduce the other player's bet, it reduces the other player's bet. It provides a practical aspect to the situation and completes the paragraph. Hence, you can say the answer option should be 3, 2, 1, 4. I hope you are clear with this.